5,500 years before the runways at Heathrow were built, this earth monument was laid out. The Stanwell Cursus runs for 4 kilometres in a dead straight line under Terminal 5. It's the oldest surviving place of pagan ritual in London. So were these settlers building a Neolithic runway, a cargo cult to entice the gods to land in their chariots of fire? No, of course they bloody weren't. But what was the Stanwell Cursus for? Interpreting prehistory is a fragile business. We see things through the eyes we have. It does look like a runway. It's the same length, but only a third as wide. And it does remind me of the cargo cults of Vanuatu, airstrips and wooden control towers and coconut radios built by Melanesians to magic back the cargo that the Americans brought in World War II. But the anthropologist Lamont Lindstrom has pointed out how the cargo cults are parables about our own desire. We love to hear strange tales of people in desperate search of goods that they do not know how to manufacture or afford. These are our own anxieties about modernity, projected onto a so-called primitive culture. So what do we know about this monument? Well, it's one part of a complex which contains other, shorter cursuses. The end of the Stanwell Cursus is aligned with Shepperton Henge to the south. Running off to the east are 10 Bronze Age barrows. This is a fertile landscape at the confluence of the rivers Colne and Thames. A typical cursus has 1 ditch and 2 banks. The archaeologist Chris Tilley imagined a pagan procession moving through this hidden causeway with glimpses of the landscape along the way. But the Stanwell Cursus has 1 central bank and 2 parallel ditches. So if this was a ceremonial route, the ritual may have been highly visible. And then a massive modern development cut across this ancient holy path and changed the whole landscape of Britain. Not the airport, farms. Settlers compete for resources and the idea of private property is born. What did these new landowners think of the cursus? Not much. About 2000 BC, the cursus is sliced through by field boundaries, hedges. Perhaps the old gods were abandoned along with their ceremonial route. We would love to know what the cursus was for, what it meant. Part of that desire is our own yearning for a different, simpler life. We would love to believe that the symbolic power of the cursus was embedded in the life of these Neolithic peoples, a natural part of their connection to the earth. This fantasy of ours might have been a fantasy of theirs too, a reaction against the realities of life, a yearning for a different world. And this may have been a portal to get there.